Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing this look. It's kind of like a Thanksgiving inspired monochromatic makeup look. This is actually a collab video with one of my friends here on YouTube. Her name is Deepshika. Make sure to check her video out as well so you guys can see her recreation of her Thanksgiving monochromatic makeup look. I'll put all her socials down below in the description, so make sure to check her out. So with that being said, if you guys like the way this makeup looks, then please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm actually going to be using a couple different makeup palettes for this look because I got rid of my big palettes. I only ended up keeping the ones that I do use and the ones that I really like. So I'm going to be using 3 eyeshadow palettes today. I'm sorry. So I'm first going to go in with the KKW and Makeup by Mario palette. And I'm going to be using this shade here in the middle. This one right here. And I'm going to be using a Wet n Wild blending brush to blend this out. And I'm going to put this in my crease. And you guys already know this is going to be my transition color. So yeah, this is kind of like my Thanksgiving makeup look. Although for Thanksgiving, I honestly don't know if I'm going to be wearing any makeup because I'm so lazy recently. What are you guys going to eat for Thanksgiving? I don't know what I'm going to be having yet. I actually don't like turkey, but I normally just eat everything except for the turkey because I don't know. I'm just such a picky eater, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so next I'm going to go into this shade here from the same palette. And I'm going to take a MAC 217. This is just a really nice warm tone brown, and I feel like for Thanksgiving, just warm tones remind me of Thanksgiving. So I'm really focusing this color in my crease, and I'm not bringing it as high. Well, I guess I kind of am. I don't know. I'm kind of just blending them both together. Not really being too precise on where I apply it, just kind of going back and forth. And then I'm going to go back into my Wet n Wild blending brush and going back into the first transition color that I used. And I'm gonna buff out the edge over here just because I feel like it that color got washed away. So next I'm gonna jump into my Melt Gemini palette, and I'm gonna take the shades Polka Dot and Cupcake. So I'm gonna be mixing these two shades here, and I'm gonna stick to my MAC 217, and I'm gonna put this on my lash line. And kind of like I'm smoking out my lash line. I really just want a little bit of depth here. I don't want it to be too dark or anything because I'm going to apply a dark lip, so I don't want my eyes to be too dramatic. So this is fine, just a little bit here on the outer edge. So to brighten up my lid a little bit, I'm going to use, this is Light Peach by e.l.f. This is their Camel Concealer. And I'm just going to take a little bit on a MAC 239 brush. It's just a little flat brush. I'm just gonna pat it all over my eyelid. I really just want this to brighten up my lid. And then for the lid, I'm gonna go into the shade, I think this is Noli. This is the Desi Katy DoseOfColors collab. So I'm gonna take this one here. And again, I'm just gonna take my same MAC 239 brush. And I'm just gonna pat this right onto my lid. This is such a pretty champagne color. I actually haven't used this palette in such a long time, so I really wanted to use it today. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the shadow at the top. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to go in with liner, and I'm going to be using the Feline Flick by Charlotte Tilbury. So the way I like to do my liner is I like to look straight into the mirror, and then right where my outer corner is over here, I like to just make a straight line going outwards. And then I'm just going to start connecting the wing to my lash line. And then again, towards the inner corner, I want to keep it as thin as possible. So I'm going to press down very gently just to get that more thin look here at the front. I'm just going to go in with my lashes, and I'm going to be using these by Dodo Lashes. I forgot the style name, but I will leave them linked down below. I do have a code with them. I'll put it on the screen somewhere so you guys can check them out and use my code if you guys are interested in their lashes. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these on. Ta-da! With the lashes. I love lashes so much. They make such a huge difference. So I'm going to do my foundation off camera. But first, what? Should I do my foundation on camera? I guess I'll do it. But first I'm going to prime my skin. I'm going to be using Photo Finish by Smashbox. This is my favorite primer in the world. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this and just put this on, well, my T-zone pretty much. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the DoseOfColors Meet Your Hue foundation. This is in the shade 108. I'm really happy that I can use this on its own now because before I was using it with the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. But now that my skin is clearing up thanks to Curology, I can kind of use this on its own. This foundation is more like a medium to, I wouldn't say it's full coverage. I would say it's like a medium to buildable coverage. So for concealer, I'm going to go in with two different concealers. They are both by e.l.f. They're both the Camel concealers. I'm going to first go in with Light Peach, and this is the satin finish, and then I'm going to go in afterwards with the Fair Rose, and this is just the regular Camel concealer, but it's more of the matte formula. So I'm going to use two because I feel like this one doesn't really brighten up my under eyes. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on my forehead and on my chin. And then right before I blend it out, I'm going to go into the Fair Rose. And I'm just going to add just a little right underneath my eyes, a little on my forehead, and just some right on my chin, just to help brighten up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and just buff this right out. So now I'm going to go into my translucent powder for my under eyes. This is the translucent powder by Ciate. And I'm gonna just take a little bit on my Beauty Blender, press this gently underneath my eyes, and then just a little bit on my forehead. So pretty much all the areas that I put the concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and just dab over with the translucent powder. So then I'm gonna go into my face powder. This is the MAC Studio Fix. This is in the shade NC25. And I'm just gonna do a light layer of this all over my face just to set my foundation. So for bronzer, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette, and I'm going to be using the bronzer that comes in here. And I'm just going to put some on my forehead just to help warm it up a little bit. And then add some on my jawline. I feel like I can never leave my house without adding bronzer to my jawline. And then of course, you want to make sure that you're bronzing right over here as well. So I think I'm going to actually take this bronzer as well and just use this as my blush. So I'm going to go back into my translucent powder, and I'm going to take my Beauty Blender again, and then I'm just going to make sure to just do a little bit of baking. And then I'm also going to take some right on my forehead, just a little, and then I think that's it. I'm just gonna do a little on my nose, that's it. Okay, so now we're gonna jump right back into the eyes. I'm gonna go back into Polka Dot and Cupcake, and I'm gonna mix those two again. And I'm gonna take a MAC 231 brush, but I'm gonna take this and really push this against my lower lashes. I think that's good. And then I'm gonna go into, this is a pencil brush by e.l.f. This is like, I've had this for so many years. And I'm gonna go into the Mario palette, and then I'm gonna use the first transition color that I had used. And I'm just gonna go ahead and smudge this right underneath. And then the look isn't complete without adding my favorite liner. This is Studio Chromagraphic Pencil by MAC. This is in the shade NC15 NW20. And I'm just gonna put this right on my waterline. So now I'm gonna go back into my Bobbi Brown mascara, and I'm just gonna tap this on my lower lashes. I'm not going to put too much, just a little bit. Alright, and then now I'm going to dust off the translucent powder. Okay, so moving on to lips, I'm going to use the Oak Lip Liner by MAC. And then for lips, I'm going to use the Farah Liquid Matte that I got in my Ipsy bag. This is in the shade Cocoa. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think the lip turned out perfect, and I think it just complements the eyes so well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you for watching. If you guys made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in my next video.